Kodiak is located in the most northern part of the United States in the state of Alaska, 250 air miles southwest of Anchorage on Kodiak Island, the largest island in the state of Alaska and the second largest island in the United States. Kodiak is the largest city on Kodiak Island with a population of 5,281 residents. Kodiak is a unique place to visit in Alaska, offering Russian and Native Alaskan history, beautiful coastline hikes, and outdoor activities like fishing and wildlife viewing. Kodiak is home to one of the most prominent and lucrative commercial fishing ports in the United States. Kodiak Island is known for its remoteness and wild natural beauty. This place is home to the world's largest bear, called the Kodiak bear. This large brown bear can be up to 1,500 pounds in size and stand 10 feet tall on their hind legs. There are only 3,500 Kodiak bears in the world and only located here, isolated from other bears for 12,000 years, a density of about 0.7 bears per square mile. The Coast Guard base Kodiak is the largest U.S. Coast Guard base in the world, spanning 23,000 acres in size with over 600 personnel. I started my overnight adventure by flying on Alaska Airlines from Anchorage to Kodiak Airport. Kodiak Island. That is the town of Kodiak. It's the famous bridge right there that connects the two. That's the town of Kodiak. Beautiful day here in Kodiak, Alaska. Seafood processing is the dominant private sector employer in Kodiak. The processing plants located here collectively employ up to 3,000 workers locally, processing fish for distribution to markets all over the world. Here in Kodiak, this is the Kodiak National Wildlife Refuge, and it is the visitor center, and it takes up 2/3 of the whole island of Kodiak. So it's a huge acreage. So I'm gonna check out this museum and the visitor center, get some maps and things. First stop here in Kodiak. I'm at the visitor center and I am walking through. This is the National Wildlife Refuge Center, and of course it's all about the Kodiak bears here. And so really lots of information here. So we are down here on Kodiak Island in Kodiak town itself. I'll be going up here and possibly down to here. Check out some things of course, here I gotta show you this. It's all about the big Kodiak bear. Now, the Kodiak bear is a subspecies of the grizzly bear. It's the largest carnivore in the world. So it's a big bear. And hopefully I don't run into any, but I'm gonna hopefully get some bear spray and kind of protect myself if I do run into any of the bears. This is a really big migratory bird area in southeast Alaska. And the bears, of course, love their salmon and the different types of salmon and the big bear. And when they like their salmon, they teach their young how to fish for salmon early on. And when they stand up, they are like a super tall. So, and they're just big and big long claws. This talks about the salmon and how they spawn. They swim up the river channels, and they spawn, and then they die, of course. So it's all about that. And very nice visitor center. Here at the visitor center, they have one of the largest skeletons of, similar to what we saw in Glacier Bay National Park. But this one's on the inside, and it is hanging from their ceiling, so that's pretty cool. Had to see that. It also talks about the ancestors here, their whaling that they did back in the day. They were whale hunters, and the different types of uses for the whales. This is the skeleton of a gray whale that has been put together and placed here in the visitor center. This is the biggest bear. Of course, the Kodiak bear is a big bear. Another interesting place to visit while in Kodiak is the Kodiak History Museum, located right across the street from the Kodiak National Wildlife Refuge Visitor Center. This museum is located in the oldest building in the state of Alaska, built in 1808, the oldest structure on the west coast of North America, and the earliest built Russian structure in the United States. This museum, formerly known as the Zarhoff Museum, features exhibits on the Native American Aleutic heritage, the Russian-American fur trade era, and the local 20th century life in Kodiak. I'm here in Kodiak Town, and this is the Harborside Coffee Shop, and it's right by the Harborside. And I bought this muffin there, which I didn't have to, but I decided to. My tip for you guys is if you need bear spray just for your trip while you're here for hiking and all, which I'm going to be doing, bear spray is really important, and they loan it to you for free. You don't have to buy something, but I did, and you could get a coffee or whatever, and just come in. They have you sign up on the sheet, and they give you the bear spray for your visit while you're here. So mine's only going to be for one day, and then you just check it back in. They have you sign off on a sheet, but I got my bear spray, and so I will be able to be safe while I'm here hiking. Right downtown in Kodiak here, this is the harbor, and where all the fishermen are heading out for their catches here in Kodiak. And you might know it from like the Deadliest Catch, which they go out of Kodiak here. So this is, I don't know which ship it is, but it's probably one of these guys here that's on the Deadliest Catch. I'm in downtown Kodiak, and this is a famous church. This is the Holy Resurrection Orthodox Cathedral, and it was established back in 1794. So it is the oldest existing Russian Orthodox church in North America. So it's a pretty cool building. This building actually did burn down though, back the original one that was established back in 1794. It did burn down, but this was established by the mission of Russian Orthodox monks, making it the oldest Orthodox parish in North America. It's home to North America's first Saint Herman of Alaska, and he was, they called him Saint Herman of Alaska, the Wonder Maker. And this cathedral burned back in 1943, so they replaced it in 1945, and it still stands today with its onion domes. Those domes that they have on the top that they're famous for. They build them like that because the snow removes off, but it's also kind of their symbol. And it's just a really cool old building, and it's kind of a landmark for Kodiak. So it's kind of like they're one place that is on the skyline that everybody recognizes. They got a gift shop, a bookstore, and they got the bell tower on the top. That's pretty cool. Very nice and neat. Look at all the old bells that they have here. One even has a crack in it from long ago. And this looks very weathered. The bell ring here. Pretty cool. I'm at the trailhead for the Spruce Cape Trail, the Spruce Cape Loop Trail. It's 1.6 miles. This is 0.7, which means it's 0.7 there, and then you gotta come back this way. So it'll be 1.4, about 1.6 total. So let's see what this has to offer. Walking along the Spruce Trail, I had to come off just a little bit, but this is like squishy lichen, and it's like carpet. It's so thick with the moss, and then you look right down. Isn't it so beautiful? Got some birds out there, the waves of the ocean, of the Gulf of Alaska, that is. Just so pretty. Look how clear that water is. Wow. Cool. On the Spruce Cape Trail, It goes along the coastline here, and it's just all this green lichen moss and spruce trees. And it just looks across there. So pretty. So nice. I'm just loving this hike. This is a good one. So on the trail, you get to this point. This is what must make it a loop at the end. You can either go to the right or you can go to the left. And it opens up. It opens up from all of the spruce forests there. And then you get some wildflowers. And then it opens up into this, to the Cape. So I'm just gonna do the little loop. Check it all out. Got these wildflowers here. Beautiful. Look at that. What a beautiful day here in Kodiak Island. So you get out here to the end of the Cape and you got all this volcanic rock, this black rock that has been washed away and beaten by, but it's very steep. So you gotta watch your step here along the edge. But this is the end of the Cape here at the Spruce Cape Trail. How pretty is that? Absolutely gorgeous. A really nice trail. It was started off with a forest, and now we have a kelp forest down here. Pretty cool. And it has all the islands that make up Kodiak. All the chain of islands here that come in here. Just so pretty. Sorry. You can see them off in the distance. I highly recommend this trail, which is so pretty, especially if it's a nice day like this. Just all the bright colors and the waves crashing, and just a really pretty contrast with that basalt rock. You can see some of the grasses growing into the rocks, and then these have little grasses on the tops because they get so much rain here. It's raining all the time. So she said yesterday it was raining sideways here, but today it's absolutely beautiful. And keep going on this loop trail and see what else there is to see. Just really pretty. Somebody kind of took the driftwood and they built a little fort around these trees. And they got a little rope swing. Oh, it's an actual little makeshift tree house. That's pretty cool. Look at that. And they climb up the rope to get to the second level. Creative. At the White Sands Beach trailhead, as well as the Termination Point trailhead. So we're going to check this out, see what it's like. It just goes right through here. Across this little bridge and over to the shoreline. It opens up to this white sands beach. And so there's a few people out here. A lot of fishermen over by the estuary, which you cross right before you get to it. But it goes out to this, looks more like black sand. I guess there is some white sand out here as well. There's white sand over there. But this soft sand is kind of like in this Manashka Bay. It's a little cove. Well, it's called a bay. Manashka. Monashka. Manashka. Really pretty. This is a quick little hike over here. We got a lot of fishermen. We got people with dogs. And just out enjoying the day. So the one thing that this is Alaska, and they just don't have a lot of days with weather like this, especially this year. They have had a lot of rain, and so when they have all the rain, all of the native Alaskans that live here, they want to get out and they want to enjoy the nice weather. So I've hit some really good weather both here and Sitka, but all the locals are out too, enjoying what they like here. So this is Manashka Bay, and that guy's dog, he's over here. This guy, he threw the ball, and the dog just kept going and going and going. And there is, like, right out by the dog, there, I don't know if you can see it, but it's a seal. So he pumped up right by. I think the dog is chasing or trying to retrieve the stick that has floated away. But there's a seal right out by the dog, just to the left of the dog. That's so crazy. He's probably just wanting to play with the dog. How funny. He's looking around. The dog is. Funny. Manashka Creek provides the exact shallow, moderately fast-moving water and clean gravel bed that pink salmon, also known as humpies, need to lay and fertilize their eggs. Before heading upstream, the salmon school or gathered together here in the shallow waters of the bay and the mouth of the creek to adjust to the transition from the ocean's salt water to the fresh water of the creek. This staging period allows their bodies to adapt to the changing salinity. Salmon possess a keen ability to navigate. Because pink salmon have a strict 2-year life cycle, these returning fish are biologically hardwired to return to the exact freshwater stream where they were born to reproduce. So this is Lake Gertrude at Fort Abercrombie. So it's a nice little lake that is a loop trail that you can take all the way around it. It's really pretty, and they've got their own, look at these big old lily pads, and it goes all the way around. Really pretty. You see, everything is just covered in lichen and mossy. Look at that. Everything's just covered in ferns growing up. Everything's got a thick carpet on it. And mushrooms are just growing. Colorful mushrooms. I was amazed how thick the moss grows on these tree limbs, on their branches. It's just like, it's like, a foot deep where it's growing. It's that thick on these trees. I'm at Fort Abercrombie State Park, and these are gun turrets that are posted out here at the point here at Fort Abercrombie State Park. This was built back in World War II because it sets up on this bluff. However, they never saw enemy fire, but they were positioned and ready for it. So, out here on this bluff are these historic bunkers. The bunkers are located here underneath these mounds, and then here is the gun turrets, and this was a revolving one here, but it's along this spruce forest and the meadows and the bluffs and the coast. This was a coastal defense installation built in 1941 for World War II to protect the coast here of Alaska. So there's some signage down there, just really pretty, but this is all deteriorated, and it's just the remnants of what was once a defense mechanism here on Kodiak Island. Nice, they have these viewing distance scopes that you can use to look for whales, because this is a good big vantage point to look for whales. But that was we just viewed the south. This is the north gun. These things are huge, big pieces of steel, and this is what's left of the gun, mounted gun. So very cool. And there's stairs that you can go down, get closer to the ocean. We're just going to take in the views here. Just really pretty. You can see for a long way. You can see why they picked this spot for their gun turrets to protect this area back in the day, World War II. The coastline here. So this was the plotting and spotting room. They used this in calculating the target's position, and then they telephoned the gun battery with the information necessary to aim the guns. This is the Kodiak Military Museum, the History Museum. Now you can pay a fee to get in it. It's closed right now, but it has the old doors. It's kind of cool. They're only open on Friday, Saturdays, and Sundays. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Mondays from 1 to 4. So it's limited hours. But they have the rest of the history right here in this bunker that's built into the hillside right here at the fortification. So it's pretty cool. Might be kind of cool to go through it. is kind of cool to see. This is a distant electrical control area, and you can still climb down in it and look out through the pillbox for the view. So they didn't even know. They probably could fire upon somebody without even them knowing that they were here. Located on the southeast portion of Kodiak Island, a 45-minute drive from the city of Kodiak, at the end of Pasagshak Road, followed by a short, unmaintained road, is Fossil Beach, a remote fossil-rich shoreline destination famous for ancient marine invertebrate fossils such as clams and snails embedded in steep coastal cliffs. These fossils date back to 2.5 to 23 million years old. Best time to visit these rare ancient shells and plants embedded in the rock walls is at low tide. This is the main bridge in town of Kodiak, and it's called the Fred Zarhoff Memorial Bridge. And there's the town of Kodiak down there. Oh, I was hoping I'd get a sunset picture. It's gonna set back behind. But you can see there's the church right there. The Russian Orthodox Cathedral. The fisheries, which is our main business here. And this is the big bridge. The main business here is fishery, the fishing, and the Coast Guard. It's the largest operation of the Coast Guard. I'm here at the North End Park Trail, and it's just on the other side of the island when you cross the bridge from Kodiak. And this is a 1.9 mile loop, and you see how it kind of goes along the bay, so you can check it out. At the South End Trail, and it's 1.4 miles, and I'm going to go out to the end of the peak, see if I can get some sunset pictures. So I'm on the South End Trail, and it's on Near Island, which is across the bridge on Kodiak. Hi, Puppers. How you doing? Hi, Pup. The second time that's happened. Of course, you know, you're on bear alert here. So when there are other hikers, which there hasn't been many, but when there's other hikers and they have a dog off a leash and they come around the bend, you're like, your heart stops because you're like, what is that? Anyway, I have bear spray. The coffee shop loaned it. Also, I'm staying at my hotel. The front desk, they loan it out to people because there are so many bears, and they know people will be hiking if they're vacationing here, so they also loan it out free of charge. It's a pretty cool trail going down and under around some logs and different things, trying to get out to the sunset point, the last little bit of sunset that we're gonna have here for the day. Sunsets at 9:15, even almost into September here in northern part of Alaska. Whole section of the forest, the spruce forest, that is all dead, and trees are uprooted and all that. I'll have to look up what happened in this section. There is the harbor. There's some of downtown from this South End trail. Come out towards the end, there's a viewing platform here. It's called Darcy's Deck. And you can go up on Darcy's Deck. See, the sun is setting off in the distance. And you can look back and see across the harbor. They have actually two harbors. You've got this one, which is commercial fishery boats. And then they have one on the far end, the harbor side, which is off in the distance. Let's see if I can zoom in on it. It's over there. You can kind of see that's for the local fishermen, charter boats, that kind of thing. So you have two separate areas for fishing boats. And then there's a weir here, like to keep the water from rushing in. Back in 1964, they had a tsunami that actually came in to this area and devastated the town. And I'll post history about that event. But this is Kodiak, Alaska. This opens up to the clearing. And look at the boats out there. Wow. Oh, I don't want to go that way. I might go this way just a second and check it out. Boat coming in. Look at that guy. He's moving on in. Mister. All right. Beautiful. This is Kodiak. Heard beautiful things about this place, but we had a really nice day for some weather. And this is really cool. Coming in for the night. It's getting towards sunset. It's 8:15. It'll set in about another hour or so. And there's the surrounding islands. Look at these huge rocks they have set up here to protect this harbor here at Kodiak. And you got some ships off in the distance. And sun setting. Beautiful. Looks like a tanker of some type. There. Oh, and there's a lot of birds out here. Sometimes when I can zoom in, you'll be able to hear them. Of course, they're quiet now. But there's a bunch of birds on that rock. And the waves are crashing in now from that boat just coming in. Very beautiful. Totally worth this. Out to the end of South End Trail here in Kodiak. Walking along the beach, and all these people have these cairns is what they're called. Yeah. Bunch of them. And this is the view. Cool. It's just a small beach, but cobble and rounded rocks. And little spots. Just gonna sit here and watch the sunset for a little bit. That's what I want to do. Just take it in. So yeah, I'm gonna go all the way and scan all the way. If you're at the end of this peak at South End Trail towards sunset, this is your view. Very, very cool. So I'm done with the trail. It's getting dark and I'm the only car left in the parking lot in Kodiak, where there's more bears than there are people. I made it back safely, so that's a good thing. Living on the edge, always living on the edge. If you enjoyed my video today of all the places that we saw together here at Kodiak, Alaska, then hit the like button down below there, and please consider subscribing to my channel and join us on our future travel adventures. So whatever you're doing today, get out to the great outdoors and do something that makes you smile. It's always so fun at these smaller stations for Alaska, especially up in Alaska, because you walk out onto the runway or out onto the taxiway in order to board the aircraft, and it's sunrise here in Kodiak. So I'm gonna flip the camera around, and that's what it looks like. Sunrise, beautiful sunrise. And here's our aircraft headed to Anchorage. They have 3 flights a day, so I'm on the first one so I can go all the way home today. So pretty cool. I got it all roped up.